Hey, welcome to SlimeWire episode 27, I think.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, getting good at this. Now today we're going to be talking. Oh yeah, I'm Dr. Sanders.
Captain Goyle. Abraham the Ham. Over there.
I'm Mr. Ham.
Yeah, that's right. And so today we're going to be talking about the Final Fantasy series. Now we chose this because.
Whoa.
What?
Just whoa, man. Just
whoa.
It's a lot of games, man.
Well, yeah, some of them we're just going to be like, F the police on, you know.
Fuck the police!
If you guys know what I mean. I don't know if even I know what I mean by that.
What are you, Tupac Shakur? Bang Bang?
Sure. So, I thought, we could just probably run through the main series of games, and then, at the end do any of the other, spin-off games if we found any of them that we really liked.
Or we could mix it up and talk only about the spin-off games.
Nobody would listen to this if we did. We already don't have listeners. Let's not make it work.
Hey, we have some.
Okay.
Let me just check.
I'm pretty sure there's some people out there listening to this right now, in the future. Like, I'm talking in the present. They'll hear this in the future later. I'm sure there's some guy out there.
Well, basically the question is, how do we change...
Like Steins Gate, man.
It's basically like the question is, how do we change our iTunes from saying no reply at blogger.com?
I don't fucking have no idea how to work iTunes. I think what you made it the first time, I don't know how to change it. I just don't know how to change it. I don't. And it really makes me mad because it looks fucking stupid.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't even go on the iTunes page ever because I hate how it looks. So it won't let me change it.
Well,
It won't even let me put the picture up. It won't even let me put the picture. I don't know how. Someone in the world tell me how to do it, please.
post a video. I bet if we post a video up on our thing, then we'll get a response to it.
Oh, yeah, of course they'll see it in the video. Not on the podcast.
It's because nobody wants to download it because the iTunes page looks so bad.
That's
Oh
probably...
my gosh, our first episode has 2,400 downloads.
What?
Yeah, I know. It gets a lot. It gets a lot. I've been watching that steadily go up.
Why?
It's like,
The first episode's so bad.
looks like our lowest episode is episode 21.
Yeah, it's probably the newer ones.
That looks like the, let's see.
Really? 21 has, like, for some, it has, like, two uploads.
23 has more.
No. 21 has, like, two separate uploads of the same episode.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, the first time I uploaded it, I used, like, the new uploader.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like how it formatted it, so I uploaded it again. So, the second one has more views.
Okay. Well, so,
All completely off topic.
yeah. Do you guys want to talk about what got you into Final Fantasy series, or if you like the Final Fantasy series?
Yes. Because I know the exact moment I got into the Final Fantasy.
Okay. What was it?
It was back in the day when Cinematheque was a show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I saw the opening like cutscene for like Final Fantasy X. I'm like, I gotta play me some of that game. And then I did.
Well, okay.
I rented Final Fantasy X from my local like little video store, PS2, and I was like, this shit's for me. And I was like, I want to play every other Final Fantasy. Oh wait, no, actually, if I think about it, my brother, when I was really little, he introduced me to Final Fantasy VII. Like, he just had me watch him play it when I was, like, really little. Like, I think he, like, first got it when it came out. So I think that was probably my first exposure to Final Fantasy, but I didn't play the games until I saw Final Fantasy X. I think 10 was the newest one at the time when it had come out, when I started playing it, too. I think it was the only one that was the newest one that was out.
Oh. Alright, what about you, Abraham?
You know, I can't actually remember. I don't remember what got me into Final Fantasy.
What was the first Final Fantasy you played?
The first Final Fantasy I played, I think it was 6.
Alright.
I'm glad you didn't say 3.
Why, you don't like 3?
No, like 3-6.
Oh.
Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Who doesn't?
Because Johnny always does that.
Oh.
And whenever we talk about Final Fantasy with Johnny, it always gets confusing because he uses like the American numbers.
Every time we always have to explain it.
Yeah, and he doesn't get. Sometimes he doesn't get it.
I almost think we should have like a little thing that replays it. You know, like just what we said before.
Seriously.
You actually, no, I actually know what was the first thing they got into Final Fantasy. It was actually Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, well, that's a weird one.
I know, right? Yeah, I found Tactics, started playing it, thought it was pretty fun. And through that, I sort of started looking into the franchise. I discovered all the other games. The one I played immediately after Tactics was 6, though.
Tactics. I never got into that.
Dude, I played that game. Oh man, when we get to the other games, I could talk about that for so long.
I could talk about the Game Boy ones, or the Game Boy one and the DS one. I played the shit out of both of those.
I like Tactics Advance a lot. That was good stuff.
I love Tactics Advance.
I like how Marsh is like the biggest douche.
Which guy's that?
Protagonist, long hair, Marsh.
Oh, I haven't played that game since it literally came out.
Yeah, the protagonist is the biggest douche.
I just remember there's a guy in a wheelchair and he's like, I don't want to go home.
And Marsh is like, F you, you're going home.
But anyways, what about you, Dr. Sanders? How did you get into Final Fantasy?
Hey wait, does the CSI thing, does he put the glasses on and then say the line, or does he say the line and then put the glasses on?
I think he says the line and then puts the glasses on. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I hope we're not trying to do this in person, because like we can't see this.
No, I'm trying to I'm posting a comment on Some Call Me Johnny's Too Many Games video. I said, whoa, so many games there. One could say, too many games, and then I'm putting the little emoticon that puts on sunglasses. Perfect. But yeah,
live feed Dr. Sanders' keyboard.
That's right. So I got into Final Fantasy through my brother, Brandon.
Brothers, man.
I'm pretty sure we started with 7. I know it may have been 8. It may have started with 8, but I definitely remember us playing 7 a lot more. Like we may have played 8, but then we played 7 a lot. And I mean, he just put so many hours in. It was like the first RPG I really remember. And then, you know, right about that time when we got really when we were still playing 7, 9 came out. And then, you know, then just kind of, we got every game after that. And then, of course, Final Fantasy X was like one of the most advertised games ever. So, picked that up too. Yeah.
Pretty sure we all played Final Fantasy X.
Who did? How could you not?
Favorite.
Like, that game,
love that game.
That was like the biggest game, like, for, I don't even, like 5 years, probably. Like, that game, even when, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, that game was still, like, being, like, I still remember people playing Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Final Fantasy X just, like, at the time looked so good. Like, I had to play it.
No. So.
That's probably what got me even more into RPGs than I already was.
Final Fantasy always looks good.
After 10, I went to 7, and I played all the way through 7. Got, like, all the shit in that game.
Yeah. Well, alright. Well, let's start with the first Final Fantasy. What do you guys think of the first Final Fantasy? If you have any special memories or something, you can share it too, but I'm pretty sure that people won't really have that many.
Nope.
Oh, I kind of do. Well, I had it on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, okay.
And, that's how I beat it. I just played that game all the way through in Game Boy Advance, and I thought it was fun.
Huh?
I really don't feel. I don't really feel anything in particular about the first one, and so.
Well,
It's just fun to play like the pinnacle or like one of the first RPGs. Not the pinnacle.
Yeah.
It's like one of the first, like after Dragon Quest.
It's not Dragon Quest 3. No.
Even if it was a little bit of an updated version. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
The game.
My experience was that, like I said, I already played the 7, 8, and I think 9 probably. I've probably been playing 9, but my brother actually had an NES, Ryan, and I was like, oh, Final Fantasy. I was like, oh, I guess I'll go back and play this old one, And then I played it for quite a while. I never really got anywhere because that game is pretty fucking hard. Especially going back, And this is back before, we would use the internet a lot to look up strategies to play those kind of games. So, I didn't play it that much. I did later get pretty far because my brother got the remakes for the PS1. And that's probably about as much as I've ever played them. And the Game Boy Advance is just ports of those. So, yeah. I mean...
Do you guys remember that webcomic 8-Bit Theater?
Yes.
I used that team to beat that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used a warrior, a thief, a red mage, and a black mage.
Red mage? Oh, dude, like Black Mage, by the end of the game, Black Mages are fucking broken. Like,
oh, yeah, they're so broken.
If you manage to get, like, all the spells in it, then it's, like, completely gone.
And I didn't need a white mage because I just had the red mage learn healing magic, and the black mage just raped face with, like, black magic.
I love red mages.
Ugh.
And then the warrior is just strong, and I just had the thief just get really strong, too.
What?
And I beat the final boss that way. And it was crazy. I was like, oh my god, Final Fantasy 1. This game's not bad.
This game's not...
I think it was like a huge dragon or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool, though. It was pretty satisfying to beat that game.
Right,
yeah.
I'm having trouble remembering something. Which Final Fantasy is the one that has the black card that, like, halfway through the game becomes a paladin?
I think it's 4, right?
Wait, what?
Or there's that 5. Yeah, that's 4, right? The one where the guy turns into the... Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, it's 4, yeah. Where, you mean Kane?
I don't remember the guy's name.
He transforms from a Dark Knight into like a
paladin.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a paladin.
that's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played that one so fucking long that I only...
4 on the DS is awesome.
Dude,
Like the little remake one they made.
I'll get to that when we get there. I have some complaints about that one.
I like that game.
Alright, so does anybody else have anything else they want to say about number 1?
No, but now I'm trying to remember another game that I'll maybe bring up later.
Okay. Well, number 2, I probably have a very similar opinion that a lot of people have to number 2. It's okay, but it's not great.
It's not even okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I played the one that was on the Game Boy because I think it was on the same cartridges. I didn't like it.
I sort of wonder what people felt about it back then, because Final Fantasy 1 isn't all that great, but it's significantly better than Final Fantasy 2. So I wonder how people like compared it to its predecessor.
Well, it's apparently because I think they made it in less than a year after the first one, because you know how the company was going pretty bankrupt or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I guess they really wanted to, get another game that could actually make some money back for the company.
Ride the coattails of the first one.
Yeah, and that whole, remembering the word thing, and it's just, I just am not into it. And plus it's a way to, really exploit the crap out of leveling system. It's ridiculous. If you, it's something where if you attack your own party members or something like that, then because you level up in that game based on what you do. So if you attack a lot, then your stats will go up for attack and strength. But if you do that and you also attack your people, then you can get a supreme boost in defense or something like that. It's crazy. It's really easy to exploit. So
Sounds easy.
Yeah, I never got anywhere in that game, so I have no idea.
Well.
Yeah, let's move on, since we don't really have anything.
Yeah, two can suck my dick.
Okay, so number 3. What do you guys think about number 3? And I'm including the remake if you guys have played it.
I only played the remake. So.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I haven't actually played 3.
Well, that's not surprising since that's probably the least played Final Fantasy. Well, probably 5.
I would say 3 is. Well, maybe 5. Yeah.
Well, there's one more Final Fantasy I can't play, so you're gonna have to help me out with this again. I think this might have been 6, or I'm mixing up games in my head again, which is gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm again reasonable sure that was 6.
Fantasy on Super Nintendo?
I think so.
Then it's 6.
Well, it can
Well,
be.
that's why I said I think so. So bear with me. Try to remember one thing that would be like really distinct about the game. Oh,
Kepka?
you start the game with this old dude in the party, and near the end he dies and is replaced by a little girl.
I think they're talking about 5.
Okay, then yeah, I'm mixing up games in my head again. Yeah.
It's like is that one where you get like a chocobo in the beginning named Boko?
I think so, and there's a job changing system.
Oh yeah, oh, that's 5. That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
All right.
Job changing system was the key word there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I actually remember really
there.
liking the job changing system.
well, we're gonna talk about that when we get to 5.
Right. Sorry.
Okay, so number 3.
Have played.
What were your opinions of the remake, Cody?
I liked it. I thought it was good, and I thought it was like cool. They added a story and stuff, but I just didn't really get into it. I'm not big on the Final Fantasies with like job changing
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. I only like that in my tactics, not in my Final Fantasy. Except for like Final Fantasy X-2. That's awesome.
And Final Fantasy Tactics?
Ew, Final Fantasy X-2.
X-2's the shit, dog.
Damn.
Bad.
Damn. Well, we'll get to that.
Bad mother, just like Shaft.
Well, I have a lot to say about the third one. So I love the remake. I like it a lot. I had played the original one on an emulator like way long ago. It had like the shittiest translation too. But
Onion Knight.
like, oh man, I like that they added actually character to all the people, like Luminous and all of them.
Chasing.
Yeah, I could hear Chase in the other room, like, yeah, laughing really hard. But
What's he doing?
I was playing League, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I like it a lot. The graphics, the updates, and everything. It's just, I like it. So it's probably one of my favorite. I think it's one of the most fun Final Fantasies for me to play. You know how some of them are really deep and kind of hard to just pick up and play.
Yeah.
I think like the remake on the DS is actually really good for like fixing a lot of the problems with the original one and making it just a good pick up and play game. So I also like the graphics; they're all like chibi.
Yeah, chibi.
So yeah, okay, 4. What do you guys think of 4? That's the one with Cecil and Dark Knight, and you know.
That shit's radical.
I thought that was a really good game.
Yeah, it's like one of the most people. It's so weird. People usually say like, well, now because our generation is getting older, everybody's starting to say Final Fantasy X's like one of the best Final Fantasies because because now people
are nostalgic over that.
Yeah, like but before that, people would always argue whether like it was between 4 and 6 of like the best ones. Of course, 7. Everybody always thinks 7 is the best, but other than that, of course. Oh my God, you hear Chase?
Yeah.
Chase getting a little excited there.
He's like freaking out, dude. He's like in the other room, so you can hear him through there.
Chase, you okay over there?
Tell her to shut the hell up or get on the podcast, one or the other.
So people would always argue that if 4 or 6 were better, as like the second best Final Fantasy, and people would always argue that 6 and 7 like should be, which one should be the best. But now people are always arguing now 10, 7, 4, and 6. But for a while, people thought that this was the best story in a Final Fantasy.
It's definitely very well written.
Especially for the time, like...
Oh, yeah.
Even though the translation is pretty weird, like the original one.
Yeah.
It's very slimmed down.
I played the one with Chrono Cross originally.
That's
the first time I
it's
ever
PS1
played it.
version.
Yeah, the PS1 version.
Yeah, there's like updated graphics or whatever.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I think that's how I originally played it too. And I gotta say, like, it holds up today too. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
One thing I have to say.
If I had a copy, I'd play it again.
Oh, you should just download it and ROM, just play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
You're like, yeah.
Well, one of the copies of Final Fantasy like anthology things. I don't remember which ones I bought though. I think it's the ones like 5 and
5 and 6.
Yeah, I think it's the one with 5 and 6.
Yeah, it's the anthology, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the story in this game. I love the characters. They're really likable. I like the twists in it too. It makes you really have feels, man. You know.
I like the summoner chick. She was cool.
Oh, Rydia.
Summons were badass.
One of the weirdest things about this is that I think this is the most released game out of all of them. Like, because it has a Super Nintendo one, a PlayStation version, the after years for the PSP, a Game Boy Advance release, and they're all slightly different for the most part. Basically, I think...
In the DS one, right?
Huh? Oh my god, okay, like, I have something to say. Okay,
What?
But
What
I
does
think
Cody
that...
have to say? I mean, what does Chase have to say?
Sing a song. Yeah, we're doing a podcast. But the way I feel about it is that the original Super Nintendo version is so freaking easy, it's ridiculous. Like, literally, it's like one of the easiest RPGs ever because they made it so easy for America. The PlayStation version fixes some of that and kind of, updates the graphics a little bit. I think that one updates the graphics, but the DS version, I had a bone to pick, man, because they made that game fucking hard.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like, I mean, some of the
hard and others are right.
Some of the bosses in there, like, they make really difficult. Like, and they change what some of the weaknesses are. So if you played before, it's a little confusing. And yeah, I gotta say that's one of my only complaints with that. I like the way it looks. I like everything else about it, but sometimes I feel like, man, they made some changes a little too irritating for me. Not that, but that's just me. I mean, some people think that's better. So
I think it's better. I do. I like games that are harder.
I like a lot of hard things. So
I like mostly hard things.
So yeah. That's my opinion on 4. I think that they should take that 3D version that they made, the remake, and then put it on the PS3. That's just what I'm saying. I think it would be very nice just to be able to play that. I'm just throwing that out there, but I guess you can play the After Years or something on the PS3 or something.
Play whatever I want to play, son. You dig?
Yes. Does anybody have anything else to say about 4? Anything in particular?
No. I like that game. It's cool.
Yes. I like the characters a lot, to be honest. And I think
Yeah.
the protagonist was one of the better written ones so far.
Oh, because he actually has like a really thick personality. He's like one of the first ones to have a really good personality in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, him and what's his ass from Final Fantasy 9, I think really stick out as some of the best protagonists in the series so far.
Yes. Oh man, this is like we could talk about that because man, I got so much to say about that. All right. Well, now number 5. What do you think?
And it's the only one I've never played.
Oh, really?
I've never played 5 at all.
Job changing system. I like it.
Yeah, this was like okay. So basically, the mechanic they had in 3, they flushed it out so hard inside of number 5. Like there's like they introduced so many cool jobs. There's like a ridiculous amount of ways to play that game.
I remember the samurai class being pretty powerful.
There's like actually I gotta say one of the biggest problems with Final Fantasy 5 is that, and it was present at number 3 too, is that some of the jobs are just fucking worthless. Like, it's just, there's, like, when you look at the stats or you look up like a little FAQ on what jobs you should pick, you're like, why would I pick any other jobs besides like, I don't know, like summoner and like, and what's that one called? It's fighter. I can't remember the name. But yeah, like, there's like 2 specific ones where you're just like, wow. Like, I would never choose anything else besides these. Because they're broken.
Well, that'll make playing the game easy if I ever decide to.
Yeah. That game
I actually decided to not power game on that one. and just sort of like make what would feel like an organic party. So I had like the thief, warrior guy, mage, and like so on. And I think I might have enjoyed the game a little bit better in, like that than just sort of like steamrolling through it.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things is I'm pretty sure. I remember when I first played that game. It was my brother. I don't know how he did this. He found got somebody to burn a game for him, like a PS1 disc for him that had that game on it, like had 5 on it. It was the glitchy. It was so glitchy, like ridiculous. But like if you could get through the opening cutscene, then you could actually play the game.
How often did that happen?
Oh, it would take forever because it would like glitch up so hard. But like if you just kept pushing X, then it would get through it. And then you could actually play the entire game. But I remember that game being really hard the first time I played it. This one I wasn't really that good with RPGs and stuff like that. But I really got into this game. Like, I loved the characters in this. Like, they had the pirate person, the pirate leader, and Bart's, I think it's his name, and Choco, and Boko. Sorry. It's been a while since I played that game, but I remember
Choco Boko.
I remember getting really into that game, and I liked it a lot.
It didn't have too many plot twists, but I liked them.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty hard, and I guess that's why they didn't release it here. That's just why we got.
Well, I had the PS1 version, so if that's playable.
Now, I'm about to say a thing, and I've been zoning out for the past couple of minutes, so if it doesn't make any f***ing sense, I apologize ahead of time.
Good.
Here we go. Buckle in, everybody.
Okay, one of the characters had the wind element, right? That was a pirate, right?
I think so.
Was a pirate? Did the pirate turn out to be a woman?
Yeah, the pirate was a woman. That's
okay, then yes, I'm remembering this game correctly.
Every pirate's a woman on the inside.
Yes?
And Jack Skellington.
Okay.
Anyway.
You thought I was going to say Jack Sparrow.
I wasn't sure what the hell you were going to say.
Neither was I.
Okay.
Right, so let's talk about 6.
Okay, 6. Where do we begin with 6?
Whoa!
Yeah.
6 is rad.
That's... man. There's so much written about this game. There's probably more written about this game than, I don't know, probably any other Super Nintendo game. Probably other than, f***ing Mario.
I got the Super Nintendo version stuck away. It's in a box over there.
That's right, yeah. I forgot you do have that.
Yeah. That's what I was playing it, I remember.
Yeah.
Let's
God.
do a slime drop.
Oh, were we actually do a slime drop on that?
Yeah, I think I even maybe recorded footage for it.
Did we? Oh man, I don't remember.
Maybe.
Oh.
One thing I distinctly remember about 6 is it being pretty much the last Final Fantasy game that featured a lot of the older watercolored characters and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this was the first one. Not saying that 1 through 5 didn't have some technology aspects to it, but this was the one where it's kind of have that almost steampunk little thing, with the Magitech and all that, where getting a little bit more mechanical. That would totally lead into Final Fantasy VII, and
would then, for the most part, just permeate the series.
Exactly. But this was the transition. And everybody says it's probably the best 2D Final Fantasy they could have done. I don't know about that. I mean, that's kind of a big statement. I mean,
I think some really good 2D games.
Yeah, but this was really, really good. In terms of graphics, they pushed it so hard. And
they pushed it real good.
They pushed it real good. Real good. And I think it paid off for Square. I mean, this game is critically acclaimed, and it still freaking holds up today. So, I gotta say that the English translation is yet again fucking totally different than the Japanese one. Completely different. If you can track down there's all these translations where it makes the Japanese script more, like the same, like it adapts it better. It's like, whoa, it's way more serious than the one we got. So, yeah. Well, what do you guys' experience with 6?
I played it on Super Nintendo. Like, yeah, that's cool.
I played the Game Boy one.
Really? That's actually
I
pretty expensive
want
game.
the Game Boy one. Yeah.
It's like really, really expensive.
It is.
And I guess now I have it on PlayStation. I don't know if it's any different, but I have it.
The PlayStation one. Well, the load times are fucking terrible.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! Like, remember how I was playing Chrono Trigger on the? My biggest complaint about the PlayStation releases of the Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger games, the load times are freaking ridiculous. Like, if I go, I'm not even kidding. I showed Cody. I put in the Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy Chronicles disc, and if you go to the menu, it takes like 10 seconds to upload the menu. Like, if you just click the menu button. That is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So I'm gonna go watch the tester.
Betty Spaghetti.
Tester?
Where the video game?
Hey, you know tester, Sony?
So she was wearing some leather pleather or something.
Nothing? Okay.
Walk a cake.
Well, here's what everybody wants, right? Is a 3D remake of
6?
Of 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one.
I imagine if they made a 3D remake of 4, it would be pretty gay looking. What?
They did make a 3D remake of 4.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Gay
did.
looking? Because I remember everyone having like a long flowing hair.
No.
And like,
No?
they made it, well, they went the one way by making them chibi. Like, that's really
It's on
how,
the DS.
yeah, that's how they did it. And it works. It's a little, it's not perfect, but it's good. I mean, you know.
It sounds like what you want to say it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some of the things, it makes it like, some people have complaints about it. I think what it's trying to do, it does it really well, but, I'd say the color's almost a little bit washed out, but I mean, that's to be expected because it is a 3D game, you know. That's just my opinion. But, yeah. So, for 6 to 7, so this is obviously most people's like really big first Final Fantasy that they got into. What about you guys? What's your opinion of Final Fantasy 7? We were actually going to do a slime drop on this, but man, we were like, we put it off because like, oh man, how many Final Fantasy 7 reviews are there? You know,
A lot.
There's a lot.
Too
So-
f***ing many. What the fuck can we possibly say about this that hasn't been said a million f***ing times?
Exactly. I think that's like literally the only reason we haven't done it so far is like, one, I don't want to play it again. No offense to it, but man, I've played that game a lot, you know? And, it's just like, what can you possibly say? It's like, critically acclaimed. It's like, you know, it was revolutionary for its graphics. Its music is fantastic. It's a very easy to play game, unlike some of the previous Final Fantasies before it. Like this one, you didn't need to rely on magic and stuff quite as much. You could pretty much, if you leveled enough, then you could power your way through this game up until pretty far in the game. But this game was just a freaking monster.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it when I first played it back in the day. Trying to get all the ultimate weapons and all the like limit breaks and stuff like that.
I never did that.
Oh, I did all that stuff.
I was like never gonna try that.
I had all that stuff before I went to the final battle with Sephiroth, and I like beat him to try.
Actually, that was one of the first games I ever used a Game Shark on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I used right out. Where was it? Like right after the beginning part, like when you get out of Midgar. I had like this, and it's so funny because I think we borrowed a Game Shark from my brother's friend or something. So we had like one save just dedicated to the beginning of the game that was like level 99. So it's like, so we could always just load it and just play it again.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, I like. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with Final Fantasy 7.
There's
It was
really
one-
nothing like I said, there's really not much we need to say about it. We enjoyed it, and really, I think the only thing we can talk about is the fact that it's spawned a million fucking spin-off type things.
That's exactly what I was thinking we could talk about too. Is like, what do you guys think of Dirge Cerberus?
Poop.
It was pretty bad, but I don't know. It still had enough like RPG elements in it that I could like just get through it because of the the Skinner box mechanics. Also, I liked adjusting my gun a lot. I thought that was pretty cool.
I want to buy that game, which is weird, but
I think I owned it briefly.
Huh.
But yeah, it was pretty bad and had some weird retcons in it.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be the weirdest part about the game. Was like what the plot that they try to introduce into it is like really strange.
Yeah. Although it is worth noting that that the Dirge of Cerberus is that Final Fantasy 7 was, I think, the only game, or one of the only two games, that didn't have Omega Weapon in it. Until Dirge of Cerberus came around. And that's when he shows up right at the very end as a piss-easy, weird-ass final boss.
What do you guys think of Advent Children?
It's okay.
Yeah. It was pretty looking if nothing else.
Yeah.
That's true.
Although all it really did for me was really, really watch the HD remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Fucking no kidding, man. Ugh.
When Sony decides they want some money, they'll do it.
Yeah. Sony and their crippling fear of money and success.
I know. Can you imagine? Oh god, it's never mind. I think we talked about this so much in so many different places, and even on a different podcast. I think I talked about it, but like, god damn it! Like, I seriously feel like they're just like, nah, we don't want any money. No.
Christ, they could sell this thing as like a special collector's edition bullshit, like $100, and it would still sell hand over fist over here.
I know. It's like.
And in Japan, they could sell for so much more because like otakus in Japan are known for spending ludicrous amounts of money on stupid shit.
I know. It's just that's like basically we could just do a whole podcast on the reasons why Final Fantasy 7 should be remade. But I mean, Square knows. It's all because it's like a Japanese company and they're so like weird about that stuff. Like don't want to like they run their companies like freaking like not for money. They run it for the principle of it, which is not a good yeah.
I find it hard to believe these days.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. It's like look at Call of Duty, right? They give them what everybody wants. It's basically they just remake the same game every year, right? And they make like $1 billion. Okay, now.
No. To be fair, they do have that thing where they constantly introduce new things to play with for like 20 minutes after it. So
yeah.
They are different. Even the core gameplay is identical, but they are different.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. That largely the mechanics they largely just give people what they want, right?
Yeah.
They might as well be expansions of one another.
Yeah, exactly. But like, apparently they've talked it over so many times. Even I think the American subsidiaries of Square have talked with them about like if you just remake this game or like you do something similar to it, it'll sell a lot. Like that's what everybody wants, and they're like, no, we can't repeat ourselves, and it's not what we're meant to do, and it's like.
And yet they have before, just not with this one.
I know, it's just crazy. It's like I guess the company feels that it needs to be able to make a new property that people love before they can remake one just for money. That's just.
Which reminds me, Crisis Core. I liked it.
Yeah, Crisis Core
yeah.
was good.
Forgot about that game.
And getting the scene where Zack dies properly rendered was like if you compare the two scenes from like the PlayStation disc and the PSP game side by side, it's like Jesus Christ.
Oh, the one where he dies?
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's like crazy. He's like, and it's like all. It's not even like raining inside of the freaking PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
It's just like bright and sunny. It's like, I've been hit. Button.
Yep.
That one, it's like, take my sword. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much more evocative. That it's like, God.
God damn.
They keep coming so close to remaking the game, but always just barely away from it. Making Crisis Core, making Dirge of Cerberus.
Well, it's like if they just take all the elements, like if they are able to somehow transport,
They probably have the art elements at this point to just remake the game.
Yeah, I know. Like if they just use all this, like say even if they could transfer the 3D models from freaking Advent Children, and then they could like just use all the cutscenes from Crisis Core, and they could use like Vincent's stuff from freaking Dirge of Cerberus and whatever else.
Like a third of the game done already.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that's
what about Air Guys?
Oh my god. That's some pretty obscure crap. Okay, so Cloud,
God bless the ring.
Cloud, Sephiroth, and
Air Guys, God bless the ring, man. God bless the ring.
Cloud, Sephiroth, and Tifa were in a PlayStation 1 3D fighting game
Called Air Guys,
Air
God
Guys.
bless the ring.
Yep. And it's a totally mediocre fighter, but it's
looks broken.
Yeah, it's okay. I used to play
Sephiroth
that.
is in it too. Or did you say that?
Yes, I said.
Oh.
So I used to play that actually on
I used
like,
to play that
PC.
too. I had the PS1 version I rented.
Oh. Dissidia. The fact that Dissidia was made means they pretty much have all their motherfucking characters done.
And a lot of yeah, I know. Oh god.
Dissidia was cool. I like that game.
Yeah.
I didn't play the second one though, but it wasn't that different, was it?
No, not really.
Yeah, so I thought they just added like a few new characters and that was about it.
For the most part, yeah.
So I never played it.
Hey,
The first one was pretty fun.
keep talking.
Weird battle
I'm gonna take a piss.
Okay then.
Yes. I want to watch this Air Guys opening.
Well, I guess while Donnie goes and takes.
Oh wait, Abraham, have you been keeping up on the JoJo's videos, like for the new game?
I have not seen the latest ones. No, there's.
Did you see the new trailer?
No, but I'm gonna not yet.
Here, want me to show it to you?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, it's got my favorite character. Now this is the best game ever. It has my favorite JoJo's character of all time in it.
I really hope that that whatever studio made Battle goes on to remake Star Wars Crusaders.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that if it's popular enough, they will. If the DVDs sell enough.
So my point is just remake Final Fantasy VII for God's sake. So, anything else you guys want to say about that?
No, go and check out this video briefly.
Okay, well, now on to Final Fantasy VIII.
So was Japanese ever for a second? I thought you'd link me to Nico Nico Duga.
No. Final Fantasy VIII. It's got Leon
Ah, shut up.
and the Junction, where you go to like the junkyard and just like pick out shit, and then you're like, I hate this game.
I gotta say, the game does have a lot of mechanic problems, and also really weird, like, ending, like, but, I mean, I played it recently, and it was pretty fun. It's about as fun as I remember it being. It really feels like an anime, though, like.
Well, yeah.
I guess that's what they were. I guess that's what they were going for. Like whatever all those high school animes are called or whatever.
High school anime.
Like the ones where they're always like in a school. And
yeah, it's just kind of like high school anime. That's kind of the genre.
Yeah, it's like that's what it's supposed to be based off of. Kind of is like a similar story to that. And
See that.
yeah. I mean, I like the characters. Irvine's cool, I guess, and it's a little moody.
Dell.
Zell, the Mike Tyson tattoo.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
That game gets a lot of criticism.
Yeah, it does. It's well deserved.
Yeah.
I really don't have a lot to say about it. I bought it and I still have it. And I played it like when I bought it and that's about it. I never beat it. I never will.
I never beat it because the end boss is pretty fucking hard. Like, it's really, really difficult. Like, really difficult. So, I'm probably never... I think I beat it one time or something. I can't remember. It was like a long time ago, but... yeah. What about you, Abraham? What do you think of Final Fantasy VIII?
8. Eight.
Ain't that much.
Yeah.
Well, I like the gameplay in 8, but the characters are sort of fall flat for me. See, I sort of want to like Cloud, but the problem with him is he's kind of a bitch a lot.
Squall?
Squall. Sorry, Squall. Derp. I kind of want to like Squall, but he's just such a bitch constantly that it's hard to empathize with him when anything goes wrong because he just acts the same.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's really the biggest problem with the game. Yeah, the whatever. It's like is that he just says whatever.
Whatever.
He's just sort of like depressed and apathetic all the time. So it's hard to get into like relating with him and sympathizing. For shit, he'll always just act the same sort of depressed and apathetic as always. Like, how can I get into this?
That's pretty true. That's one of the biggest complaints about that game is that it's so hard to get into Squall as a character because he just doesn't. I don't know. He does kind of change later, but he's always kind of has that lone wolf kind of aspect thing to him, where kind of like f*** the police. And I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't really want to f*** the police. And wait, is that what we're talking about?
No.
Also, wasn't the special defense stat in Final Fantasy VIII like fully useless?
What?
I remember one of the defensive stats in Final Fantasy VIII doing exactly nothing.
Well, actually, there's like a weird. That's another one that has like a really weird level up scheme, where you can like, exploit it, so then Squall could be really tough or something like that. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how it works, but that was an element. As people said was pretty messed up, was the way you can exploit the thing. So
Weird.
I don't know. I bought it for like $6 on freaking PSN, and I haven't regretted it.
I regret everything.
Anything else to say about 8? I mean,
Not
usually
really.
people don't have that much to say about it most of the time.
Nah.
Well, no,
Fine.
we can talk about Final Fantasy 9.
I haven't played that one either.
Oh my god, you fool.
Well, now I've seen you play it so much, I feel like I don't have to.
That's probably true. Oh my god.
That's how I feel about a lot of things.
Abraham, what do you... like Metal Gear Solid.
Like Metal Gear Solid. I want you to play through the whole game. I'm cool.
Now, Abraham, what do you think of Final Fantasy 9?
Well, like I said earlier, it probably has one of the better written protagonists because unlike Squall, he shows fluctuations in emotion.
Yes!
It's really fucking important. Because he's usually like a pretty upbeat guy. When things go wrong and he starts moping, it has weight to it.
Yeah, that's true. Especially like near the end when he... Spoilers. When he finds out that he's like really like a creative person, or he may not be who he thought he was, then he completely changed. He completely has like a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he has to realize that like his friends actually mean something. It's like, it's just so hardening of my penis.
And if you go, and by comparison, if it happened to Squall, it would kind of be not a very impressive moment for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
Um,
then makes me think very briefly. Actually, I'll touch on that in a second. I think it's real important to take lessons from this sort of thing. Realize that there needs to be some variation. You can't be all sad all the time and hope for any sort of genuine emotional response at the audience. There needs to be some contrast. And then there's games like Drakengard.
okay.
Okay.
We'll
Now,
get
what I was going to say is the Drakengard sort of flies in the face of this, but by being like as harshly depressing as it possibly can, and constantly getting worse and worse and worse.
You know what? I'll just play Nier. Okay.
You do remember that Nier's the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I gotta say, like, I go back and play Final Fantasy IX probably at least once a year all the way through to the end. And try to complete as many side quests as possible. And I just... Catching all those fucking frogs, by the way, is totally stupid. But, I don't know what else I could say. Recommend this game. I talk about it all the time on the podcast, and I talk about it on our show sometimes, and it's like, it's just, if there's any game I can recommend, it's probably, other than Chrono Cross, it's Final Fantasy IX. It's just, as a work of art, like, the music, the everything, it just all comes together and, like, makes a world so alive. So, yeah. Oh, and this is also the creator of Final Fantasy's favorite game.
Nah, he likes number
X2.
14 the best.
Oh my god. This poor man. Well, Final Fantasy X.
Oh yeah, girl. Awesome.
Ha 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 ha!
I knew it. I totally knew you could do that. I was like, oh, he's coughing because I know what's gonna happen.
That's the best part.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha.
At least Final Fantasy X has voice acting.
Okay, well.
You know what? Bad voice acting is worse than no voice acting at all.
No, it's not bad.
It is. It's pretty bad, mind you. It's not like. You know what? It's been so long since we mentioned this game that I can't remember what it's called right now.
Chaos Wars.
Yes, Chaos Wars.
Oops! I have to go now.
Actually, it was really
Chaos
funny.
Wars.
It was actually really funny because I got to see my my brother never really plays Final Fantasies. My oldest brother Ryan never plays Final Fantasies or anything like that, and he wanted to play a JRPG, and I was like, okay, well, we'll start with Final Fantasy X. That's really accessible, like a lot of people can play it. It's balanced. It's pretty easy for the most part, other than a few bosses.
Yeah, but you can just grind and beat the bosses.
Yeah, so we were playing it, and keep in mind, this is coming from, this is being viewed by a person who normally plays, Skyrim and not Drakengard, sorry, what's that one called? What's that really famous one?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
It's that really Dragon Age.
Oh, Dragon Age.
So it's come from somebody who usually plays that.
And Mass Effect.
And my brother did not know what to think about, how the whole opening, I didn't really know where I was going, or really who I was, or what I was going to do, or what I was going to do if I got there. He's like, wow, this guy seems like a really depressed person, and then he thought he was so annoying, because, every 2 seconds, Tidus it's like, hey! All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And,
this is kind of annoying.
He's like, am I supposed to like this character, or, I thought it was really funny, so.
But, he's not even a real human.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right, he's a ghost. Forgot about that.
No, he's a Xanarkand memory.
Yeah, okay, he's a ghost.
Which doesn't make Thetis any more likable.
But it makes Sam untouchable.
Shut up.
Can't touch this.
No.
You can't touch this.
So, oh yeah, it was so funny because I was telling Cody about this the other day, but my brother, back when he used to play that game a lot, like a lot, and he got stuck on the what's that guy's name? What's the blue hair guy? Yeah, Seymour.
Seymour.
Yes. He got stuck on that one the one Seymour boss when you're up on the snow place.
Oh, that's a really easy choke point if you're not leveled up enough.
Yeah, so my brother would just grind there, like for hours.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
And it was really funny because now thinking back to it's like such a joke now. But my brother back then, he would like put on like Linkin Park. Or like Newfound Glory, or like any of those like bands that were really popular at that time. And he would like just sit there and play Final Fantasy X while just listening to that music. I was like, oh man, he was like it's like this is back before this was like a stereotype. Like
that's really funny.
It's funny, but like man, back then that was like what was on radio.
That's true.
I mean,
it's still funny to think back on it though.
Oh, I know, it's hilarious.
I still have a couple Linkin Park songs on my iPod that haven't taken off in years.
Give me Hybrid Theory, man. Have you become so numb? I don't even know if that's on that album, but I know that album.
Little Things.
Hybrid Theory was alright. I mean, as far as albums go, I've heard worse.
Well, that's very true. You've heard some of my stuff. No.
I've heard Blood on the Dance Floor.
Oh my god, there's nothing worse than that.
And then I wanted to die.
So
you know what's weird? I suddenly want to have a discussion about what's the least bad Linkin Park album, just because I think that'd be funny. Not which is good, which is the least horrible.
We'll talk about that later, because that's we
don't have a music corner.
Yeah, we don't. I gotta make one.
Chase should run that.
That's true. Okay, well, Final Fantasy X too.
Shit.
Yeah, it's in terms of like what it really is, it's pretty it's a weird game.
You know what I hate the most about that game though?
What?
How very, very easy it is to be incapable of getting 100% completion for the special ending.
That's pretty true.
You pick
really?
the wrong league. Yeah, like, I think there's cutscenes, if you skip through them, you miss out on completion percentage points.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and do you remember, like, I think it was somewhere, like the first third of the game or so, right about then you have to pick between the Youth League and whatever the the people are called. Mm-hmm. If you pick the wrong one, that's more completion points you've lost.
Yep.
That is crazy.
It's fucked up.
That
above all, that more than anything else is my biggest complaint about that game.
Really? It's not the what can I do for you?
What can I do for you? That's been in the podcast so many times.
Yeah, no, it's been on our show too.
Yeah.
Because
what can I do for you? Dun, 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 I know.
Alright, I get it.
No, it's not even that. Surprisingly.
That's my favorite part.
Because you're gay.
Yeah, I'm gay looking at girls.
Damn.
Very gay looking at girls.
So
digital girls.
It's just, yeah. I've only played the game like once, and I don't want to play.
Oh my god. Wait, this is what I'm gonna buy for Chase.
What? Oh, it's an image.
It's a link.
It's a link. I have to log in.
Oh, you
Just tell me what it is.
the Brony Bros wallet.
Oh.
That's awful.
Okay, did you guys play
Why?
Final Fantasy 11?
Yes, I did for a little while.
The MMO?
I didn't like it.
Huh?
The MMO?
Yeah, the MMO.
I did not.
I played it and I didn't like it. Just it was an MMO and I didn't really get it. I played it like when it first came out. I have no idea. I didn't get into it. I heard people got into it. I didn't get it.
No, I did not either. I played it like one time at like a cyber cafe.
Ooh. Did you get on any online chat?
No! I
Did you get
just
any-
went to go play a video game.
Any real life chats with the guy sitting next to you?
Oh, God. So, yeah, it's just... it just was really a weird... I don't know. I think that they should stay away from MMOs. And it makes me irritated because now Dragon Quest is going that way.
Yep, that's pretty true.
Like, that is so irritating to me. Like, I don't care if Dragon Quest X comes out here because it's a freaking MMO game.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna play it, probably.
So, yeah. So, did you play Abraham at all? Or?
Nope.
Okay, Final Fantasy
Not
12.
at all.
I'm not a fan.
Abraham, you played this game a lot, right?
Final Fantasy 12, yep.
I remember you playing that game.
Yeah. I don't have much good to say about the game, especially not about the protagonist, who looks like shit.
Oh yeah.
He looks so
I
gay.
got my little vest
until,
on.
Yeah, until the very end, he puts on a fucking shirt, and it's like a night and day. It is night and fucking day. He just puts on a shirt. And he instantly becomes like 8% less homo.
I like his. You don't like his little vest?
Not at
He looks like Aladdin.
like really gay Aladdin.
Aladdin can wear a vest, but Final Fantasy can't.
No.
No.
Because he's like 12 and it has like dirty bleached blonde hair.
He's probably like 16.
He's probably like 12 and looks filthy.
You even know how old he is?
I don't care. I don't care how old he is.
How old is the bunny girl? Is she legal?
Probably.
She's a bunny, so yes.
If it looks like a woman, barks like a woman, and you know...
She's
doesn't
probably
have
in my
penis,
closet.
and doesn't have a penis, you know, go for it.
Damn it. So,
Did I
well, alright.
Odie again? I mean,
What?
Chase. Did I just hear Chase yell about something in the background?
no, it's probably me. No, I don't know. But, here's what I have to say about 12. I watched my brother play it, and I was not impressed.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, 13. Cloud 2.
Yeah.
Cloud,
Yeah.
Cloud the girl version. Girl version to the max.
You know, it's hard to, no, it's in fact not hard to find complaints about Final Fantasy 13. So let's start with the biggest one, railroading.
Okay, I can't really say much about any of this because I didn't really play this game, so you guys, it's pretty
Here's
much...
what you need. Here's the biggest gripe I have with the game is that it's just a long succession of corridors to run down.
Ugh. That's just, that's not...
That's not really 100% true.
It's mostly true, you know.
No, it's
It is mostly.
that's a gross exaggeration.
Also, what the f*** was her name? The girl with the pink hair is probably the most alien and strange thing I've ever seen show up in a Final Fantasy game.
Vanille.
Yeah, her. Now
Yeah,
I've seen
that.
I've seen a lot of strange characters come and go in the franchise, but this thing is probably has the least stable connection to reason and rational thought I've ever seen in these characters. Like half the time, I'm trying to figure out just what in the is this girl thinking when she does anything at all.
Nothing.
Is that...
She wants to get lesbian with Fang.
That
That's
too.
about it.
That too.
Is that what she's trying to do?
Snow is like a pedophile, and Hope is a
Kinda.
crybaby. Lightning is just Cloud.
And
Also-
Lightning's just Cloud.
Yeah, Lightning is straight up like Girl Cloud.
And then Saz is just like, yo, man, where's my son?
Really, it's sort of like just taking the cast from Final Fantasy VII. Sometimes changing their genders, and sometimes changing just how stereotypical they are.
Well, yeah, Saz just being Barrett. He's just like, yo, man, I got, like, kid. And that's all I care about.
That actually is like, yeah, that's the main plot element instead of,
Yeah. And he gets, like, that summon, and is his the one that's like a motorcycle?
I think so.
Or no, that's Snow's. What's his, like? It changes into something. They all, like, have, like, a vehicle form and then, like, an animal form.
That was
Or, like,
weird.
summon form.
Also, I have a complaint about I already forgot his name. The kid. What's his name?
Hope?
Hope. Yes, Hope. I like how I really just like how Hope, like in all the cutscenes, is just like this whiny little girl, and
Just
then
really just like Hope.
and then during all the and then when fighting happens, he suddenly grows a pair of balls and is as capable as anybody else.
I hate Hope. He's stupid. His dad is stupid.
see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I feel about that.
I'm
And that
hoping-
game drags way too long at the end. Like, the dungeons just become ridiculous. Like, every enemy is like a boss fight, practically.
Oh, I hate games like that.
Record of Agrisport has that going on, like pretty
And the
bad.
fucking final boss takes like an hour to beat. It's like ridiculous how much HP it has. It has like a shit ton of HP and it has like 3 or 4 forms. Nuts. And then the whole area leading up to him has like a bunch of bosses in it and hard enemies. And the weapon crafting system in that game is fucking stupid. I hate it. Unless I just wasn't doing it right, but I hated it. I actually did like the battle system though, I have to say. Once it fleshed everything out, I thought it was fun. Switching like the paradigms and stuff like that. I thought that was actually I liked that.
It was
Yeah,
sort
I
of weird.
thought it looked really good. Story was pretty bland, but I liked some of the characters at least.
I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about the paradigms, because it did take a while.
Paradigm?
It did take a while for me to like stop like insisting on using individual commands for everything. But it did I think it did make the game feel a little more cheap than it would have otherwise, just sort of making the game play itself.
I never felt that way because you really have to know what you have to pay attention. If you just stay in one paradigm, you're gonna get wrecked.
I know.
I often get wrecked in the butt. Sorry, I don't have much to say to this.
You really have to pay attention. You have to switch paradigms constantly at some points.
I know, but still, it's just sort of
like that one summon you were fighting, you're like, what the f***? Ah!
Yeah, summon fights are really hard.
You were getting so fucking mad at that one, you were screaming at the TV.
I don't even remember.
Oh my god.
I do.
Do you remember what I was fighting? I don't even.
I think it was
seriously-
Unicorn or something.
Oh, was that maybe that's the first time I was playing that?
Oh my,
Probably
I just remember you were just yelling so loud at the TV. You're like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Final Fantasy 13. Wait, we're
Is
done.
that even out yet?
13? Yeah, it's out.
Wait,
No, we got to about 13 too.
I was thinking about the other, the one that isn't 13 too.
Oh,
the one-
Lightning Return?
13.3, Lightning's Return.
is
It's
there
like,
going to be a 13.3 or?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the real thing. Lightning's Return.
It's
That's
so
what
weird
called.
because it's probably the most mixed reviewed Final Fantasy ever gets 2 sequels. It's people are so confused. That's another reason people are so confused by Sony. I mean, not Sony, Square Enix, because they're like, you have this thing, you own all of the assets that you could make $1 billion with, but you insist on making sequels to a game that lost you money.
Maybe they're just stubborn that way. Maybe they insist on making money off of it.
I don't know. I thought maybe they just had it all planned out beforehand, just assumed it would be popular.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Wasn't there going to be this other Final Fantasy with some
Yeah.
black-haired guy?
It's Final Fantasy 15 now.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 now? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, it's not like I want to play that instead of 13.3. Alright.
Oh, did you play 13.2, Abraham?
Briefly.
I played it.
Okay, we'll talk about that for a little bit.
I liked it more. I think it was a better game all around.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think it did everything better.
It had NPCs and like towns you could visit.
Even the Chocobo song?
Yeah, the one where you're on the red one, it's like metal. No, I'll put some of that in there.
Oh, okay. Good. I think. Well, I want to talk about any of the spin-off games I want to talk about. You guys play Chocobo Racing?
No. Wait. Actually, I might have with you. That time you
we
were
did
like,
play it together. That's right. Remember
yeah.
we tried to like beat it, and we were like, "What the f is this so hard?"
Oh man,
I've never played that game.
It sort of has that Mario Kart thing where you can't like try to stay ahead the whole race. So you just,
No.
And AI.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, well, the first of all, we were playing it, and we were like, I was like, okay, Abraham, call me crazy. Is the control this slippery, or am I just doing something wrong? He's like, oh my god, you're sliding all over the place. Like,
yeah, it's pretty awful. Everything about it is bad.
It's fun to play 2-player, but like playing single player is fucking brutal. Like,
yeah, you're not getting anywhere. At least with 2 people, it's sort of funny how bad it is.
Yeah.
But solo is not an option. Really.
We also played Chocobo Dungeon. That game, it's like a roguelike Chocobo game for the PS1.
That one I haven't played.
I can think of one probably definitely none of us have played.
What?
The like spin-off game for Final Fantasy 12 on the DS.
Oh, I played that before.
Oh, really? You played that?
Yeah.
Well, it's like a weird RTS.
I didn't really like it that much because I don't like RTS.
Yeah, I heard it got bad reviews.
Yeah, it's not very good. Let's see. I've also played. I played the 4 Heroes of Light on the DS.
Oh, I played that too. Yeah.
That's okay. It's like pretty easy.
Is that the one that's like an action RPG? Is that Rings of Fate?
That's Rings of Fate.
Yeah, I played Rings of Fate too, and that game was cool actually.
4 Heroes of Light, it's really weird how you have to like choose to battle. It's really strange. Like it's really simplified. You guys ever played Mystic Quest on Super Nintendo?
Nope.
No, but I've seen somebody speedrun it.
It's okay. It's like really super easy. It's like probably the easiest game ever made in history. So.
Yeah, I'd say about Rings of Fate is that it's super forgettable. Not a bad game though.
Oh, okay.
It's just really forgettable, like characters, the story, and it's just like it just blends in. But it's pretty fun.
I think Square made a recent one.
Oh, Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles. I didn't play that
I like
one.
Crystal Chronicles a lot.
No, I didn't play that.
I played that a lot. It's fun. Fun multiplayer game if you had the Game Boys to handle it.
Trying to think of any other ones. I don't think so.
Tactics series.
Oh, Tactics. Oh my god, yeah. I put me and my brother on the first Tactics when that came out. I'm not even kidding. My brother put so many hours in that game. Like it was crazy. Yeah.
That's just me on the Game Boy and the DS.
I didn't really, what's so funny is I played a lot of the PlayStation 1. I have the Game Boy 1. I found it like so easy compared to it that I didn't have as much fun.
I just remember having a lot more fun with that one.
So yeah. Do you have anything to say, Abraham?
Not really.
Do you have anything to say?
No, I'm just thinking about how terrible protagonist Squall is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So do there. Well, yeah. So that's the Final Fantasy games.
Final Fantasy. It's okay. Final Fantasy 15 coming out. I'll play that.
Yep.
It looks cool.
You know what I'm not gonna play? Final Fantasy 14. It's pretty much just 11-2.
Yeah, I will not be playing that. I think Dr. Sanders went to my door and yelled at me.
Oh, can we talk about how terrible some of Square's games have been? Like, that aren't in the Final Fantasy,
Like what? What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Last Remnant again.
I guess so.
I have such a hate boner for that game.
I just know that game's really bad.
I hate that game.
I know, it's terrible.
I'm just going to talk
What are you
about
doing?
this one.
the bathroom?
For anyone, for all 20 people who might be listening to this, including Donnie's mom.
That sounds accurate.
Hey, yeah.
The Last Remnant is one of those games like Infinite Undiscovery that could have been a Final Fantasy game in all but, they pretty much are in all but name. So whatever. It's about, who cares what
Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, Lost Odyssey. I actually kind of like it. Anyway.
I like the game a lot. It's really good.
The point is, the characters are, well, not very good. And the story doesn't have a whole lot of emotional impact. The gameplay is bad, and unless you install the games onto your hard drive, you're going to be constantly freezing, like crashing during loading scenes, which are horrendous anyway. And let me tell you something. This game has 2 discs, and each one take up 6 gigabytes of memory on your f***ing hard drive.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway, so the gameplay is so-so. It's occasionally entertaining because it does, every once in a while, especially during boss fights, get really unforgiving. So it's at least challenging. Sometimes incredibly unfairly challenging. Like, there's a series of, I think, like 8 boss fights. That not only is the boss fight, like, really f***ing hard, but to put you through, like, a gauntlet of really tough fights immediately before it, you have to repeat them all if you die. So f***ing hell. It does have a few interesting, like, the combat could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. The deal breaker was, like, the whole game is just sort of a mess. And my biggest complaint was there was one point during the game where I think it probably would have been the high note of the story, where this older lady who's been in your party since forever, she's some sort of general, stays behind to defend the city against an oncoming army, while your party f***s off to go do this other important thing, and she dies fighting the enemy commander. And your party doesn't realize it until they've come back, and for a little while, it's the game sets a pretty heavy tone because you've pretty much been without this level of tragedy during the whole thing. It makes a huge impact for 5 minutes, maybe, because shortly thereafter, really shortly thereafter, like everyone's still mourning and everything. This girl shows up. The general's daughter shows up, and she is identical in everything but the crow's feet. She shows up, immediately replaces your fallen ally spot in your party. Well, your party is because you have your characters separated into like different units. She takes off her gear, knows she's pretty much a clone of the character except she's her daughter. In the game's defense, you had met her very offhandedly, like twice before, but she shows up way before you've had the chance to like get over what just happened. There's no quest to go find her, even though you know it's just no. She just shows up and shatters any sort of emotional weight that should have been there and was, like I said, all 5 minutes. And I think I will never forgive the game. The whole game, I had been thinking that this just really falling flat. This isn't doing it for me. And then the one moment they get so perfectly right, they f*** it up. Royally.
Well, you know what I think it's time for?
No, but do tell.
Some Dr. Sanders movie review!
No, we're not gonna talk about tactics.
I thought we already talked about tactics.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever.
do you have any experience with tactics?
I played a lot of tactics in my day.
Oh, I put a lot of tactics in my day. Trying to be your Uncle Ben.
Well, what?
Yeah, let's talk about tactics.
Tech.
What don't you like about tactics?
It was boring.
Hardest game ever.
It
My
is
problem
really
with it.
hard, and I fucking hated the like
I'd rather play Tactics Ogre.
Tactics over is good. I was gonna say that I hate the card system the game has, like the yellow and red card for system for behaving in certain wagering fights. I hate that. Like this fight, you can't use magic. This fight,
Stupid judges, fucking assholes.
yeah, that sort of shit.
Oh yeah.
I hate that.
No, there was like something. I remember like in the late game, there's something you could do to like make the judges like go away or something, or like you could like.
Yeah.
I always remember I could use them to my advantage because you could like get like enemies to, like do the things that were forbidden, and then they would get like killed.
It's just like the Bible,
It was cool.
kinda. Well, let's talk about. I got a movie I want to talk about.
Are we doing a movie review?
Nah, let's do it for next week, or whenever we record next.
Next
Sure.
week sounds a
Time to
little what's the word that I just lost? Optimistic. Next
What?
week sounds a little. Next week sounds a little optimistic there, Donnie.
Hey, we're trying to do this every week. It's just like,
It'll get done.
It'll get done eventually.
we'll get.
It will get done.
I don't think I've watched any movies recently except 21 and Over.
I need to tell you. Oh yeah, that movie. I need to watch that.
It's alright.
Okay.
Well, you're not gonna do a movie review?
Okay. I guess I'll do a movie review real quick. Let's see.
All right, do a quick one.
Okay. Let's see. What did I watch?
Say the thing.
Dr. Sanders movie review.
Don't put that there. I'm gonna put it there.
All right.
Abraham, you still there? Did we lose Abraham?
Yes, I am still there.
Oh, that was weird.
I think he muted his mic.
The fuzz went away for a second. I was scared.
All right, what's the movie?
The movie is Face Off.
Really?
Off.
What's that for?
Starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Now,
Face Off.
now
in
doesn't
reverse.
that just sound like a f***ing travesty waiting to happen?
It's so awesome.
And
It
bad.
has John-
All right. Tell us about Face Off.
So it's
All you need to know about Face Off is that during the movie, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta trade faces.
that's really what happens. So Nicolas Cage is like this really bad dude, and he tries to kill John Travolta in the beginning. He's like a cop, and he
I find it
actually
really hard to believe that Nicolas Cage is a bad dude.
Leaving Las Vegas.
He's Las Vegas.
He still doesn't make for good bad guy.
And
Ghost Rider.
Nicolas Cage looks like a pencil pusher. All right,
The Family Man.
not that. He still looks like a pencil pusher. No matter what you say.
so he accidentally kills. He didn't mean to kill his son, but he accidentally kills John Travolta's son. And so John Travolta tries like forever to try and take him down. And like 6 years later, he manages to capture Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage is put into a coma, and they can't find this bomb that he placed. So John Travolta undergoes this crazy surgery in which he switches faces with. Think about this. This movie is supposed to be portrayed as like this is supposed to be a real thing that could happen. So
Wait. Is this for real?
this is real.
Yeah,
What? Sounds
Yeah.
retarded.
it is
So-
retarded.
So it basically switches faces with Nicolas Cage so he can go in and try and trick his brother into telling him where the bomb is. Now it works. Like he's able to figure out where the bomb is, but Nicolas Cage woke up in that time and then he put on John Travolta's face. So So now, Nicolas Cage is John Travolta, and John Travolta is Nicolas Cage, and John Travolta as Nicolas Cage, who is now stuck in prison because Nicolas Cage killed the cops, the only people that knew that John Travolta had turned into Nicolas Cage. So now everybody just thinks that he's really the bad guy. And, it's hard to explain unless you've seen it.
Wow,
Movies are
that
bad.
movie sounds absolutely ridiculous.
It's
is.
actually pretty awesome.
How do you even take someone's face off and place it onto someone else?
It's
Well,
they explain it in the
This is
movie.
a real life. This is a real life surgical procedure that they do to people, but it doesn't quite work like that. You see, when you attach someone's face onto where your face used to be, you don't end up with their face or your face. You end up with a weird combination of both, because your face is made up of a lot of different things, from the bones underneath to the muscle structure and so
Yeah,
on.
that's what I was thinking.
So yeah, you don't end up with their face or yours. You end up with, like I said, you end up with make. In fact, when this happens to people, they have to go through like a couple months of therapy just to like get them ready, because this is some serious shit when this happens.
No, I'm talking about he gets the surgery done in like a day, and then like, and then he's sent off to the prison to beat him in like 1 hour or something.
Totally realistic. Totally realistic.
Yeah,
So,
it's
Yeah.
a mess.
like, I know it's really hard to explain the movie, and it sounds fucking ridiculous, but it actually is a pretty freaking enjoyable movie if you like that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, it sounds. I would watch it just because it sounds ridiculous.
You if you want to really enjoy the movie, you either have to like be able to laugh at how stupid everything is, or be able to look past it.
Well, it's also like,
ignore how retarded it is.
there's like, they always say Nicolas Cage's career works in threes. You know, he did like the Vegas 3, which was like Honeymoon in Vegas, and then he did Leaving Las Vegas, and he did like another one, which was like another Las Vegas movie. This is part of what people call the Jerry Bruckheimer 3. I think this is Jerry Bruckheimer on this one, but it's The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. It's Face Off, and then it's Con Air, which are like his
Con
three
Air.
action movies. And so that's like the what people say is probably his three best action movies. But I beg to differ. I mean, have you
I
seen
like it.
Moonstruck?
Yeah, I have seen the end of that movie.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah,
It's
so
weird
I
how
rec-
Nicolas
Sarah's like,
Cage-
"Want to get married?" He's like, "Okay."
I'm hearing echoes. I think it's really weird how Nicolas Cage. Like, I don't know if I want to call him a good actor. He definitely has his roles, but he gets cast for everything.
It's
And
the
Nicolas-
problem is that he does movies to get out of debt. Like,
From buying too many castles.
yes, because he bought that's not even a joke. Like, he literally bought too many castles and has to bail himself out by making freaking shitty ass action movies. Like he's in so many good movies. He's in freaking Raising Arizona. He's in freaking Adaptation. Adaptation is like one of the best acting jobs in a film ever. And like, he's in so many good movies, but he has to make so many crummy ones. Like, just to try and, like, he's in $150 million worth of debt.
Yeah, that's true.
God damn it, Nicolas Cage. What are you doing?
Oh, but Abraham, on the topic of movies, I got done to watch Love Exposure all the way through.
In that movie. We're gonna, next week's, or the next time we do a movie review, that's gotta be that one, because, man, that's, holy shit.
Man, does that feel like 2 or 3 different movies stapled together?
We watched it, come on, we didn't even, like, pause it. Okay,
No,
we watched,
we watched it all the way through.
from 9 o'clock at night to 1 in the morning. That's when it ended.
I know, and it feels like three different, entirely different movies just stapled together.
Yeah, because they finally released it here in America on Blu-ray, and I was like, I gotta get that shit. And it actually has like good subs, and it doesn't look like terrible.
I hate every man except for Kurt Cobain, because he is, like, the best.
Okay, we'll save it for next
He's
week.
not like other man. He's not like other man. He's not like other man.
I just wanted to remind Abraham like how bad the subs were on that.
They were pretty
Like,
awful.
it's funny because we had to like try to speed them up and slow them down to like fit like
Magic, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
It's like I was like, what? Who did these subs? They're terrible.
The worst part is like it wasn't ever consistently like
No,
1 second
no,
off. The worst part was like it kept fluctuating.
Yeah, we had to readjust it like a lot. But when me and Abraham were watching, we did take a break and like went to like get some food at 7-Eleven. Then we came back and finished watching.
Oh God, I just remembered that I watched Tokyo Gore Police when it came out on Blu-ray.
Oh, I have that on DVD, not on Blu-ray.
That's great. Like I had forgotten just what happened in the movie. So the whole time, I was watching with James and Lydia, and Lydia thinks it's fantastic. She thinks it's the best thing ever. I keep complaining about how shitty everything is. And so
I love that movie. That is like one of my favorite horror movies.
Until the end.
Okay.
Until the very, very end. It started with the scene where like the guy.
Power Blood.
Oh yes, that was of course the best part of that movie, or any movie ever. and immediately before that, there was the latex skin girl with the katana legs.
Oh yeah.
And before that, there was a guy who was like shooting off his hands. They're like flipping the bird.
Oh, and the acid breast milk.
Yeah, and of course, the end of the finger fight, where like the finger gets stuck on a tentacle and like whips around and hits the guy. Oh my god.
That movie's got it all, man. It's got it all.
Like the whole, it's like I honestly feel like the whole of the movie is just terrible, but it's all leading up to those glorious 10 minutes at the very end.
That's very true. And then there were. Abraham, remember watching Meatball Machine?
Yes. Wait, I think
that was probably one of the weirdest ones.
Wait, was Meatball Machine the one where like people got like this parasite attached to them and became like meat robots?
Yeah, it's like the guy and the girl, they're in love with each other. They both get like the parasite and then they like kill each other.
Yeah.
And then it's like the creepy aliens, like they're totally disgusting.
That was pretty fucking bizarre.
Yeah, that was a really weird one.
It's almost hard to believe that there's an entire genre like this of film.
Oh yeah, I was like way into that.
I remember.
Because I would have like Abraham watch them all with me. The only one I ever watched by myself was probably the most f***ed up one I ever saw.
Machine Girl?
No, Strange Circus.
Oh, I think I know the one you mean. the one where I finally said nah.
Yeah, that's the one where you said no.
I was like, I've watched too many of these.
Yeah, well, that's by my favorite director of all time.
Is it Takeshi Miike by any chance?
No, it's Science Sono. He did Love Exposure.
I love Miike.
Yeah, he's good too, though. He did an Audition, right?
Maybe.
I think he did. Which I have on DVD.
Yeah. Yep. He
movie's
also did Sukiyaki Western Django.
Oh yeah, I like that movie too.
It's a weird little movie.
Alright, well, I guess that's enough.
I love how Tarantino shows
Japanese
up
I'm like,
in-
I just completely zoned out when you guys were talking about all this stuff because I haven't seen any of those movies.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, name one.
You've seen
Yeah.
Sukiyaki Western Django.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really like that movie that much.
Oh.
Yeah, but you've seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. Let's look at me dancing here. Ha ta ta da. All right. So I am Dr. Sanders.
Hold on. I just want to say that I thought it was really funny the way Tarantino showed up.
I knew you could say it. And you said I'm a Japanese otaku.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, he
it's so.
It's pretty good.
These people.
It's just funny because Miike is like the Tarantino of Japan.
That's kind of true. Oh, I always... yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Kinda. I think Science Sono is a little bit, too. But he's like... He has a lot of movies where there's, like, no gore and, like, crazy violence. And they're really good, actually. They're thought-provoking.
Well, looks like I got to put on my Linkin Park Newfound Glory and Good Charlotte mixtape and head on out.
Yeah, I guess we can wrap this up.
Well, I'm Captain Goyle.
I'm Dr. Ham.
And I'm Mr. Oil.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's like when we're going to get that. And this has been a Wire Slime. I'm now off of it.
Episode 72.
72.
Bye good.
Bye. Yes. Bye. Good.
By good.
By good, you must know.
You wanna get the f*** out of here.
And off the wire.
Off the wire. I get the last word. I always get the last word. If you can't stop me. Yes.
Oh, what is it?
Noobs.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah.
We did watch that. We did watch that.
We did. We did, in fact. God damn, that movie is a piece of shit.
Don't put it late.
Oh god, so quiet.
So quiet. Kawaii. Ho ho ho.